So I'm out in East Sioux Park today because I'm going to be testing out the new DJI Air 2S. The reason for this is because I'm taking a drone course in May, and I also want to do the flight review to get my advanced exam. But the Mini 2, which is what I currently use on a regular basis, isn't pro enough. It's not actually allowed to be used for the flight review. So I got the Air 2S. It's going to be my first time flying a drone that's over 250 grams, so that'll be cool. Don't know if you guys can hear that truck, I'm sorry for that. It's the exit path. I'm over at Aylard Farms right now. But yeah, gonna see how it goes. I'm also gonna take some portraits and test out some of the Canon R5 settings to see if I can take a time lapse while also having it focus continually. So just wearing some new hat and some gear. I just want to test that stuff out and see if I can take some self-portraits. It's going to be really awkward though. Don't know if you guys have ever tried doing that before, but it's like, anyway, just got to set up a tripod and do all that stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the Air 2S goes. I heard it's supposed to be it's a decent drone, like right middle ground. I didn't really want to go with the Mavic 2 Pro yet because this is my first, like, I don't know, pro drone, I could say. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna get up to the setup spot now, and it's a little windy, so it's also a good test to see what the wind will be like and the resistance to all that. So a couple of things I have to be mindful of. I'm flying under basic operations, so I can't fly 30 meters horizontally near people. I can't fly over people, and I have to fly in an uncontrolled airspace. So that's why I'm all the way up in East Sioux as opposed to somewhere in Victoria. I think I found a decent spot though, so this is where I'll be setting up. Doesn't seem like anybody's here. I'll be far enough away from anybody exiting any of those trails there. So also gonna see exactly what 100 feet looks like from the drone, which is also that 30 meter bubble. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. So yeah, I'm gonna test that out. Oh, couple holes here. I also checked with CRD about flying in East Sioux, and they said so long as I'm not being an idiot and not harassing people or animals or anything like that, I'm good to go. So I did do those checks as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start setting up now. Actually, you know what? I think I might take the portraits first, so I'll show you how those go. Also, I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I've gotten a little notebook so I can record my flight times and stuff. I mean, it seems like a good idea. I get an accurate log of all my flights. So what's the date today? 29th? Okay. One thing that's different about this drone is the propellers you actually have to like unlock. Unlike the Mini 2, they kind of just dangle and then they do their thing, engage, and then you just fly. So that's a good thing I looked into that, or else I would not have known that you have to make sure these are lined up. I usually use my bag as a takeoff spot. I'll see if this bag suffices. The Air 2S instead of the Mini 2. That should work. As you can tell, I decided to do this instead of taking the portraits first. I got too excited. I was already at the spot too, so this is why I came here after all this way. It's gonna be my first flight with this thing. Got off. I wonder if I'll have to do as many calibrations. Okay. Alright, so the first experience with the drone, it was much more intense than the Mini 2. The Mini 2 is slower. The controls, even in cine mode, feel a lot more jittery with this. The rotation, when you're using the left joystick, is significantly faster. Climbs faster, drops faster. It's a faster drone all around. It's a faster drone, so it's gonna take some practice for sure to get used to this thing, because I've just been flying the Mini and the Mini 2 for the last 2 years. So I'll have to come back out here many times. So I had it up at the air, or in the air at about like 12:50. It would have been, sorry, 11:50. It would have been like 11:45, but then I forgot to change out the ND filter because I wanted to test that out. So that was about like 15 to 18 minutes, and I still had like 20% left. I found this really nice tree to take portraits at, but admittedly I'm kind of like embarrassed to go take portraits of myself with the tripod because it feels kind of vain, I guess. I feel like I'm gonna get judged if people walk by me. At first I thought this would be pretty secluded, but there's some people walking on the path that I took to get in here. So because of that, I might have to hunt for something else to test out those settings and to take some self-portraits. I also managed to find a really good spot for this. So that goes right in there. And if you've seen my hiking video, you'll see that I use the same backpack. I got the 50mm, the 85mm, both of them 1.2, and then the 70 to 200 2.8 for that compression for the portraits. Normally I bring my 15 to 35, but I'm not taking any landscapes today. So I'm gonna go take some portraits now, and fingers crossed those time-lapse settings work, because that'd be really, really sweet to try to take some shots if you're ever like out on a hike and you don't want to set yourself up, but you can count on the autofocus. If that works in time-lapse mode, I'm gonna be really happy. Anyway, let's see how it goes. All right, so I've managed to set it up, and it actually works pretty well. It'll start to change its focus just before it's going to take the shot, so you can actually set up your own shots, and if you're walking or anything, it'll still try to track you, which is really nice for any sort of self-portrait work. So that's really sweet. I'm just gonna set this up so you guys can see me trying to pose. Alright, so that was round one. I'll see how awkward I look because I'm not actually a model. You guys can guess. I looked up some like men's lifestyle poses before I got here, just to see like a couple of general poses, and that's why I have like the hands up. And anyway, I'm gonna take a look and I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I just checked on the photos. Round one, it worked, but it was inconsistently focusing. So like, I think it's probably because I'm wearing a hat. And I also just realized I had it to tracking animals instead of tracking people. So I'd noticed sometimes it'd be focused on my hands and other times it'd be focused on my face, which is nice. So I just set it to focusing on people. I moved it up a little bit closer just to give a best case scenario. It could also be because I have it exposed a touch dark because the background's kind of bright. So I'm gonna see how that goes and keep you posted, but it works. It'll focus. So you can take your own self-portraits if you have at least the Canon R5. Yeah, the Canon, the R doesn't have interval timers built into it like the R5 does, so you might not get as lucky, but you can actually do like a whole self shoot with this. I plan on trying to do a walking one and I'll see how that goes too. So here's round two, same thing, 50mm f4.2, ISO 50. I think I'm at like an 8,000th of a second, again just to expose for the little bit of brightness I have in the background. I might just crop that out though. Yeah, but it's working, so that's cool. Okay, round two. One thing I also forgot to mention is I'm currently using the GoPro with a media mod kit, and I totally forgot to use my MKE 200 by Sennheiser. So this is the microphone off the media kit. I think I have it to RAW with medium processing. I'm not very good at audio, so whatever help I can get, I'll take it. So the shoot went pretty well, actually. Impressed with the ability to focus. I obviously have to work on my modeling skills because that's not what I do. I shoot models, I don't model myself, but I want to get in front of the camera for a change, maybe do a little intro on the gram or a little update to my life. So that's that. Anyway, so lesson learned is that this drone is a lot heavier than I expected it to be, a lot faster in the sky. So I see what it's like editing the D-log footage in post, and then I have to really dial in those settings because I don't really feel too comfortable using it yet, just because it's so different from the Mini 2 to fly. So see how it goes, and soon I'll have the flight review and hopefully I pass. Definitely gotta dial those in. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.